previous work, right, we set up active learning strategies. We created some stations that we did as a whole class. And then we gave them a quiz to see where they would need extra help, and then utilizing those stations to help where as needed, right? So let's review the quiz. How'd the quiz go?
Well, they did great on question number 1. They knew where to start and where to start on solving the equation. The only thing is, once they got to question number 2, the directions say mark the correct description of the step marked box 2. And 45% of the students understood the question and answered it correctly. But then 35% of the students marked B, which is actually what you would do in the actual box 2 that has no label. So I think they got the question incorrect because of understanding the directions. And that just happens to be questions 2, 3, 4.
So you think it was a language issue with them, or more of a direction, the clarity on the directions?
I mean, I don't know how to make the directions more clear. So I think it was more of a understanding the language of the directions. So originally we had the station set up similarly to this, and so the mentors I made sure to tell the mentors to explicitly explain those directions so that they can understand what those directions mean.
So when you did the stations, you made some changes to the stations because of the data from the quiz.
Yes, we didn't think it was going to be an issue.
Right.
So it helped change the station just a bit.
Right. So it takes care of a few of those problems there.
Another good question on the quiz was number 10. And number 10 relates directly to the activity that we did with the pipe cleaners and predicting what the parabola would look like. And so this showed that they truly understood the vocab of x-axis, and I think along with that pipe cleaner activity, they did really well on that number 10.
They understood the vocab. Always something you want to hear in an EL class, right? That they actually understood the vocab. Yeah. So how about the stations, though?
So I think we could probably take that. We did have it as a station, but I think we could probably take it out of our station and maybe focus on something else that still needed improvement.
Okay, like what? Anything else? So how would you find?
I think question number 5, using the quadratic formula solving, that taking away the pipe station cleaner, we could add a quadratic formula station. I think we could add one like question number 5 and one where they actually have to solve out on their own. We didn't really think it would be an issue having them tell us which letter went into which box. So setting up a new station with the mentors, where the students have to restate what letter or the letter that corresponds with the number goes into which step, or even having to restate what number would possibly go into the boxes as well, so that they understand that A, B, and C correspond to specific numbers.
Okay, I see. So do you have them memorize the formula?
No, we give them the formula. So they're given the quadratic formula, they just have to know how to plug in the numbers and then solve the actual equation.
What order to do the steps
Yes.
in.
So in order to plug in A, B, and C and to actually solve within the square root, simplifying the bottom and top.
So then our next steps, right, is with those stations and with some more stations, right? Some of the stations you did and others you'll do again, and see what that's going to look like in the final unit assessment. So we're looking for some good numbers there. So I appreciate that one.
I think the data from the first part, you can see the even if they missed it, it's kind of like what you said.